setting up. As you'll note, I did also add some tags so you guys have a somewhat idea of who's who. I'll be back in a couple minutes to go over their team sheets. Till then, you can just watch them set up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so just got a bit of friendly trash talk going on as they set up, which, I mean, we've been playing a few games now, it makes perfect sense. So guys, Ben is on the left, or top, depending on which part of the screen you're looking at. He is running Magic Missile, Splinter's Teaching. Oh, actually a very different team than last time, cool. So Magic Missile, Splinter's Teaching, Blackbird, Under the Radar, Chewinga, Paragon, Rocket Raccoon, Rigging Up Demolition, Norman Osborn, Don't Call Me Gobby, Scarlet Witch, Careful What You Wish For, Blob, Appetite for Destruction, Bishop, Butterfly Effect, and the Collector, Tennelier, T-Ven. So we're going to see a lot of Collector shenanigans. Jocelyn is running, I believe, the same team as last time. So it is Magic Missile, Misdirection, Shriek Sonic Boom, Zalanda, Yuanti Epic, Wonder Woman Reflections, Kate Bishop Hawkingbird, Cobalt Trap, Bat Signal Out of Darkness, and Pseudo Dragon. Let's see what happens, guys. Alright, and also I'm curious for those out in the viewing world, assuming you're viewing this live. There were commentary before about Andy trying to make it here. I'm assuming that was from the US. I was just curious if anybody has heard from him. And if you have, just to toss it up in the chat, because when people were making a comment that he might be coming, that sounded cool. But as of yet, we have not seen him. And we're currently an hour 15 after start time. Alright, so he's building up his Chewinga army. See if you can get that swarm going. right, there's our first Yonti on board. All right, we hit a looks like we hit a pseudo dragon. Although Zelenda didn't make it. Let's see if she gets it on the reroll. She does. Although there is a bishop butterfly effect sitting on the other side of the table, which may slow down all the attune. Bishop is sitting on its 5 defense face. That's going to take a fair bit of attune work to get off the board. She bought a misdirection. And there's the magic missile, taking the pseudo dragon off the board. And just if anyone is curious, we have the same 10 players playing in this qualifier as we did in the first. We've had 3 players qualify in the first round, including the 2 players here who are already qualified. That gives us minimum 5 for tomorrow. We will get 3 more qualified people out of this event, which puts us at least 8. And then there's potential of anyone else who may have an existing Canadian qualification that may arrive tomorrow. We'll have to see. Pseudo's back up. There we go. She's managed to do enough attune damage to take Bishop out of the way and even do 2 damage straight into Ben. Oh, and Bishop got missed. That may be a big advantage for Jocelyn. Oh, more Chewingas. Looks like he did actually get a bishop back, so he should be okay for a little bit. So Ben's just making a comment saying that if he gets that second bishop on board, that's going to be a lot of health that Jocelyn has to break through in order to be able to do any damage to him. Oh, I only just noticed. Ben did get a Scarlet Witch on board, so this is going to slow down Jocelyn a fair bit, as it's going to be harder for her to get those action faces. Although at the same time, she still has at least 6-1 costs she can buy. So what I'm curious to see is if Jocelyn decides to start perhaps buying magic missiles, because each one could potentially do 6 damage, and that would be a great way to get past the bishops. Curious to see if she thinks of that. Again, as I mentioned in an earlier video, I am sitting a good 14, 15 feet away from their table. I'm using a headset mic, not talking very loud, so the people even sitting closest to me don't even notice that I'm talking. So if anyone is concerned that I could give away potential strategies, whether good or bad, I am not being heard by the players. There's a Cobalt Trap purchase. 2 into Bishop, 4 into Bishop, 4 into Bishop. And there's a ping of the pseudo back off the board, thanks to a magic missile global. Well, let's see if Andy can draw that second bishop die as he messes with my cameras. Oh, sorry, it's actually in his so he did take one out. All right, let's see if he can get that bishop back on board. Or if he does like he did in, in the last round where he just kept putting up sidekicks. And bishop hit. So that's effectively a bunch of extra health for temporary health for Ben. And I believe I did miss a purchase at some point of a magic missile on Jocelyn's side, so I guess she did figure out how much damage it could do to potentially keep removing those bishops. Now we're getting comments from Jocelyn just going like, hey look, bishop's back. All right, guys, there's just been a little bit of table talk there that you're not hearing, but I am. And it's Ben going, yeah, so basically you're just going to eventually win. And Justin going, no, I haven't gotten there yet, and we'll see where it goes. Looks like she can buy all 3 bat signals. So there's 4 points of damage into bishop. Buys another bat signal for 2 into bishop and 2 into Ben. And now she spins down and buys the last bat signal, doing 2 more damage. And passing priority. And ends turn. Oh, because we actually have no resurrection on this table, which is a really weird sight today. Because it's been so much resurrection floating around, so she wasn't able to use that last mask. Oh, wow. So he just hit both bishops. He's got at least 4 energy, so he's definitely fielding them. That's going to be a bit of a mountain for her to climb over. Especially because the Scarlet Witch is still on board.
I'm just reading the comments. It's all spammy.
That is. Oh, reroll of everything. Oh, she kept one of her actions even through Witch. Although she is unable to use Magic Missile to clear anything out because she rolled no bolts. And she just fielded the action die, doing 4 points of damage to Bishop. Personally, I would have used it to do points of damage to the Scarlet to try and get it off the board. But, I mean, maybe she just doesn't see that. She may at this point have a bit of tunnel vision when it comes to the Bishops. Oh. I think she just realized she could have done that. We'll see what happens later. Alright, we'll see if she, in future, aims at the Witch instead. I should mention, of course, that we're all, not just myself, but everyone here is still feeling rather warm due to the power edge for a couple hours and as a result, the AC being temporarily down. That being said, everyone's still having a great time. Because between the last qualifier and this, we did an 8-person draft. That was a lot of fun. Everyone got some nice stuff out of that. All right, let's see if that Magic Missile stays. Does not. Oop, she's contemplating a Shriek. There's a Shriek by. It'll be interesting to see if she uses the Shriek later to blank the Witch or the Bishops. Or maybe out of left field, the Chewingas. Not that I recommend the Chewingas, but it's an option. There's a Swarm trigger for the Chewingas. Just to recap, in case anyone can't read the die that Ben has up, he's currently at 6 life to Jocelyn's 20. So he's still in an uphill battle. He's just stalled her out a fair bit at this point. He now has a 3rd Chewinga on face, which really, as a swarming character, not what you want to see. But he's fielding it anyways. Apparently it has +1 attack. I've lost track of which Chewingas he's using. It is the Paragon, which, let me just look it up. So the Paragon version is, when fielded, gets +1 attack. And when KO'd by non-combat, you can prep a die. Oh, she decided to use Magic Missile during priority to ping out a sidekick. All right. Oh, there's the 4 points into Scarlet Witch. She's changed her target focus. So much attune damage can come through when none of them are blanked. Oh, now she's questioning if that was the right choice. Now Jocelyn's getting a little bit frustrated because of the two bishops, and Ben is laughing about it. Oh, here comes 4 points of attune into a bishop. And then a magic missile global just to finish it off. Contemplating buying another magic missile. I don't think that's a horrible idea at this point. There's the magic missile buy. Now the 4 points of attune damage for purchasing. And 4 points into the remaining bishop. But unable to fully KO it. All right, a little bit more trash talk, claiming that Bat Signal has a hidden ability on the backside, which is funny because flip cards now exist, saying that Scarlet Witch can't be rerolled. And, well, he actually did miss the Scarlet and even missed the Bishop. So now Jocelyn has a bit more breathing room because only one Bishop's on board and no Scarlet. If she gets a really good draw on this next run, she may be able to clinch it. And now they're just talking about all the dice he missed, and that if he'd hit all the characters, he'd be doing pretty good. But since he didn't, is what it is, and he's trying to see what he can do with it. Purchase of a blob, since that's really about all he has left to buy at this point. That matters. There's a random ping from Jocelyn using Magic Missile to take out a sidekick. And Ben passes with a very large amount of energy on board, but that does mean he could potentially use Magic Missile a whole bunch, because I believe that is 4 bolts. Yep, 4 bolts, as well as a wild. Alright guys, just had to record some results for some of the tables. Oh, we're now realizing that there are no one-cost actions left on the board to buy. However, this is her turn to try and get something in. We may have gotten to the point where Jocelyn stopped buying things. She bought Kate Bishop, which she's laughing about because it seems so random. Oh, just so that she can misdirection with it. So 4 points into Bishop. And she misdirects in the Kate Bishop. Interesting. All right. All right. So where are we at now? Oh, Scarlet can come back. Whole bunch of Chewingas. What else we got going on here? Reroll of a whole lot of dice. Oh, missed a whole bunch of stuff again. But, yeah, he's just making comments about how he missed the blob. Said it would be very useful. It's true. Most of her actions are continuous and could get blocked by the blob. But we've still got Nabi coming in, as well as Scarlet. Although in this particular game, Nabi's only doing like 2 damage. Ben's just like, I can do 18, but it's not 20. And as I said that, even Jocelyn said the same thing. Oh, we got some more math going on from Ben to see if he can make it. All right, looks like Ben needed to die to do this math, because he wants to see if he can actually push her all the way down to 0. All right, so Ben thinks he has the math done, so he's going to work it. He's going to activate everything and see what happens. So that's 2 damage from the Nabi. And there's magic missile triggers to get rid of a field. Oh, he feels like he's out of sequence. Oh, he's using Splinter's teaching to do an attack swap so that a couple times, so that his sidekicks get bigger based on the attacks of Jocelyn's characters. Now he's pinging off all of her characters. That's 2 of the 3 of them gone, and he's now cleared the board. And he attacks with everything, hoping he has his math right. Okay, those are the adjusted ones. We're up at 7, 8, and those are a little blurry, but I'm assuming they're 10. And if that's the case, he's done 18 and managed to pull a win. That was a really big flip right at the end there, guys. So anyways, we are going to be back with a recap of this round, and then on to the next. Talk to you in a bit.